Well, I'll be how Mick. I can't hear you, Jess. Oh, hell no. No, for that, I'm not bringing it back on. I'm just kidding.
Every time the intro airs, I can't hear anything. Like, I see your lips moving, but there's no sound.
Do that again. I see your lips moving.
That's what she's looking at. She got a little sassy for a minute.
I love it. I love it. Slay, queen. Slay. There you
go.
Yeah, she hit that, but she didn't hit the limp wrist. That's some flaming cock right there. I mean, hot ones.
Jeez. Pineapple.
Hey, we're on Facebook. Anything goes.
Well, and you're on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube. I mean, I've seen some pretty nasty videos on YouTube.
Are we on YouTube? I'm watching the YouTube on our TV.
Oh. Nice. Nice. You're one of the 3 viewers. Thank you, Matt. Shout out to Matt. All right. So, I'll let Jets have the floor. Hey, there's my bro. I have not seen you in so long. What up, George Shoplin? How you doing, man? Good seeing you pop in, dude.
So,
miss you, dude.
We have a special guest today, one of our our fellow antics. We're working on names still, but it's my uncle. Yeah, my uncle Jeff Brink. He's got a lot of stories of his own to tell. He's done some investigations, so we can talk about that, and just chat in general. So
yeah.
I don't know about a lot of stories.
Well, more stories than you think. I've heard a lot.
Luca's over here and something.
So, how would you like to start?
Words.
Derp.
Probably would have to start back at the house. Growing up, you always heard, the pots and pans banging downstairs. Everybody slept upstairs. And Dad's explanation is, it's just the house settling. So you took it as that until you got old and realized the house was already 150 years old. So it's pretty much already settled. And then you go down there in the morning and, nothing was disturbed. It was just all the banging and clanging. My sister and I would constantly see like little white wisps floating in her room at night. So back then there was like no cars coming up and down the road making lights in the room, stuff like that. Did see red eyes out the window that both my sister and I seen. They were hanging out the second story window probably a good half hour. Then they just disappeared. I told that story to my daughter probably 6 months to a year ago, and she about freaked because her and her brother, my son John, seen the exact same thing out the same window when they were kids. Just 2 red glowing eyes hovering out the second story window. Not moving, just glaring in. Dad and Mom went and seen The Exorcist. And when they got home, you went upstairs to the landing and there was a closet door up there. And as Mom's walking by that door, just before she got to it, the door opened by itself, and they used to have a Ouija board. The Ouija board come flying out at her. And after seeing that movie, back then,
Yeah.
yeah, she made Dad go out and burn it
I'm gonna call the priest.
immediately. I had when I was younger, I heard a sound, and I looked down the stairs, and I could see a figure coming up the stairs at me. That it terrified me so bad. I maybe like 7, 8 years old. I couldn't even scream. I just ran into my mom and dad's bedroom, jumped in their bed, which made them scream. Then I made Mom make Dad get up and search every room in the house,
Now,
trying to find out what that was.
Now, mind you, those stairs he's talking about when he was little, and I know this because I lived there when I was little, and then when him and my aunt got married, they lived there for a little bit, and they were the ones that took the door off of the stairway. There was a door that you had to turn the knob to get to the stairs, so that door would have been closed, but he seen somebody walking up the stairs at him.
Yeah. Wow.
There was one night we were sleeping upstairs, and my wife had got up, 0 dark 30 to go downstairs to the bathroom. And, since she got up, it was a few minutes later, I got up to head downstairs, and I seen a woman walking towards me, which I thought was my wife. So I stepped back out of the way, let it walk right by me. I walked downstairs, and there she is, still sitting on the toilet. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here? You just walked by me.
Doppelganger.
I was scratched once, middle of the night. I had 3 scratches on my chest from something up in that my old mom and dad's bedroom. The summer my dad died, which had been in '88, middle of the day, I'm downstairs watching TV, and it was like a huge boom went off upstairs, which it almost sounded like you pushed over a dresser and it hit the floor. It just shook the windows, everything. So I went flying out. That scared shit out of me. I went flying outside. I'm looking at all the windows upstairs, looking. Finally went back in the house, went upstairs, and there wasn't anything disturbed. Not one thing. I have no clue what that was.
Wow.
I don't think you ever told me that story or the one that you had scratches on you.
Well, I thought maybe at the time maybe it was a mouse or something like that. But I had the door shut. We had a waterbed at the time, so there was no, get underneath the bed or anything like that. There was nothing. There's just 3 distinctive lines, on my upper chest.
So do you have any theories as to why that house is so active?
Well, Mom, I don't know who she worked the Ouija board with, but they had worked it at one time, and it was supposed to be, and I see Julie came on. I don't remember if it was supposed to be 3 or 4 spirits that was already in the house that was supposed to be watching over Julie and I. I don't remember the exact amount now, but I think Mom's still there. I think that was her that I seen walking, into the bedroom that night.
Could be.
How long did your mom live there?
Probably mid to early 60s until 81 when she died.
Wonder if it could have been like a residual energy where like she would always go to, like, maybe that was her bedroom at one time too.
Yes, it was. That was their bedroom up there.
Yeah. Could have been residual.
She could have been like her just walking to the bedroom and
Right.
I don't know.
Potentially, but at the same time, she wouldn't be looking like my aunt if it was residual.
They look pretty similar. Height-wise and stuff like that. And it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Not real bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. It's just a woman figure walking towards you, you know.
Yeah, fair enough.
Julie and I used to, you know, she would call me into her room because she would see them white things going in the ceiling. There's right by her closet door, there's a little hole, a hatch. You'd get in the attic. So we always thought there was ghosts up there because that's where the corner you'd always see them in. But we would try to talk to them, you know, communicate. You know, of course, we didn't have any phones, recorders, or anything like that back then. You know, try to get them to do something. Nothing. They never did anything. They were just there. Yeah.
Yeah, that you know of. They do
I-
tend to be tricky.
I told Jess I stopped on the way over to her house, knocked on their door, see if they'd be interested in letting you guys investigate it. So I know damn well it's haunted, and I know they know it is, but nobody answered the door.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. To find out who's still there.
Yeah.
For sure. Get some answers.
Everybody that's lived there has very similar experiences, and without even like knowing each other's stories, we can pretty much tell the same story of our own experiences.
That's how you know there's something there. That's what's so cool about it.
There was one time, I don't think I've ever told you this. Deb and I,
Your family.
we moved our bedroom down to the den, you know, where I kept the guns and stuff like that. We were sleeping, and she felt like there was a presence. It's like she kept telling me, there's somebody in the room, there's somebody in the room. Like, you know, there's nobody here. The door's shut, the kids are in bed. But, you know, at the time, you could hear, like, or didn't hear, well, we had that security light put up outside, which that window faces, you know, the Barnett security light. And I opened my eyes to look and seen a figure walk between the bed, past that window, and head out the door. That was enough for me. Lights came on. Doom.
You've had another.
Does
experience.
someone random live there now, or is it still family that live there?
What was that?
Ask again, Brittany.
Is it just someone random that lives there, or is it? Do you still have family that live there?
It's random.
Yeah,
Random.
the house got sold to somebody we didn't even know.
That sucks.
They started out cool, but now they're like, sorry if you guys are watching Crazy Cat People. Like they take in all the strays, which I love cats, but they have like 30 in this house. That's
Yeah.
a 3-bed, 1-bath house. So yeah, it's not conducive for that many cats.
We got 10%.
So
It sounds like you lived there for a long time, though, as a child and then as an adult, too.
Yeah, I lived there for a long time. Long time. I don't know, maybe in the 90s? Does that sound about right?
I think you moved out after Grandpa passed, and then me, my older brother Davey, and then my parents moved in. Maybe within the year of Grandpa passing, and then 89, 90 is when we got the house. Or Mom and Dad put up the house next door, and then you and Aunt Deb moved in.
Yeah.
So about 90 till 02, something
So,
like that.
so I was born in 68, so I was there until, mid 90s in that house. It was always something. Always.
Yeah.
You think after your mom died, the energy shifted?
No, not really. It pretty much stayed the same. You didn't hear after she died. You stopped hearing the pots and pans bang.
Interesting.
Did you ever hear pots and pans bang, Jess?
Not that I can recall.
Right. That's weird that you say that because I'm thinking back that after that, the noises stopped.
I mean, cabinet doors would open, not a lot, and they wouldn't like slam shut or anything, but they would.
Right.
You would come into the room and they would be open.
Stop it, Tyler.
I know, because I'm like,
Brittany.
gosh.
So I wonder if maybe your mom was kind of protecting the place afterwards, like
I don't know. It could be.
Your dad's
with the
father.
noises and stuff. She's like, "Leave my baby alone."
Right.
Grandma BRINCK.
Don't spit.
Do it again,
Swallow.
Matt.
Leave my baby alone.
That baby don't look like me.
So, I know of another experience that you've had of a familial presence visiting you. At least Mom has told me. Just like the red eyes out the bedroom window and ghost around old bedroom closet. Yeah, that's what we were discussing, Mom. But Mom told me that in the original Adolf Brink farmhouse that you guys lived in before the fire, you had an experience around you and Deb getting married. I don't know if you recall that.
Deb had seen a vision of my dad. I think it was Dad looking up the stairs at her and telling her that it'll be all right. Just like she was heading downstairs to the bathroom, and he looked up at her and said, "Don't worry about it. It'll be all right."
No, what Mom had said and what you had told her was you had went to bed one night and you were feeling cold. So you woke up and you seen Uncle Dave tuck your feet in under the blankets and say, "There you go, bud."
Well, I had that with Grandpa Schaefer, and I had that with Dave, Uncle Dave. I can remember seeing Grandpa Schaefer standing at the foot of my bed. And then the next day we found out that he'd passed. You know,
Oh, wow.
And then Dave, you know, what he did, it was the next day we was coming home, we found out that he was dead.
Interesting.
Wow.
Like I know, so having talked with
Hey,
Danielle.
babe.
Hey everyone. Having talked with Danielle, your oldest, and my mom, we share kind of like those, I don't know if you want to say psychic or premonition type abilities. Sometimes they're stronger than others. So it's very interesting to hear that you're having them as well.
Well, that's one of those things, I don't like telling people because it's like, yeah, that's bullshit. There ain't no way. So
Yeah.
I just kind of leave that stuff out.
Yep.
That's why this one doesn't say his abilities either.
That's why mine are pretty much quiet. And I grew up in Georgia in the Bible Belt, so people were already against it. So,
Right. Yeah, you better off starting a strip joint down there.
yeah. That or a meth lab.
Right.
Those are common around here.
I don't recommend that to our viewers, though. Don't be a stripper and don't make drugs or do drugs.
Yeah, stay in school.
One
And
leads to
stay
the
in school.
Yeah, they both make money, so what the hell?
other. All right, new career.
Tyler, butt chugging does not count.
But
Depends on the butt you want to chug.
$20 is $20 though.
I mean, it's 2024.
Man, it's like 3 gallons of gas.
Bro, you have enough gas coming out that ass. Just saying.
Got to refine it.
Can confirm.
Yes, even the
What about
spirit are traumatized from your gas.
I'm my cousin Davey.
So I have to say, my first, well, it wasn't me the first, but the scariest thing was when we first started working the Ouija board when I was still in high school. We tried working at like cemeteries or where my Uncle Dave shot himself and every kind of thing. And it was a place just outside of Farmer, Ohio. It was an abandoned place at the time. It was just 3 of us. went to this and started working the board, and I had a vision. And the vision was a guy that was in a white robe, tied by a rope to his wrist to a tree, and he was reaching out to me. And you couldn't hear him, but you could see him saying, "Help me, help me." And we're sitting on the ground, and as a car came down the road, it's kind of snapped out of it. It's kind of like woke up from it. And I said, "Dude, I just had a vision," and my best friend was with us. Says, I did too. I said, "All right, just wait a minute." I pulled our other friend way off to the side and told him, my vision. That way it couldn't be contaminated any way.
They couldn't feed off it. Yeah.
Yep. We went back and I said, "Okay, now what's your vision?" His vision was exactly like mine. We walked out into the yard and there was a big tree that had a rope growing through it.
What?
Yep.
That's even crazier. Holy crap.
And it gets worse. We kept working it through the summer and working it. The spirit said his name was Jeff, just Jef, because two of us that was there was named Jeff. Kept begging for help and begging for help. But it just kept getting darker. There was a small tool shed off to the side that for some reason, just to look at it scared you. There was just a fear that you could feel. One of the guys, supposedly, and I'd never researched it myself, so I do not know if it's true. He said he went to the courthouse and found out, like back in the 1800s, there was a murder done there. There was some slaves. One guy had killed one of the children. So the man, the husband, killed the whole family and wrote revenge in blood in that shed, which he was executed for, obviously. But like I said, I don't know if any of that is true. But as word got out that we're working this, more and more people would show up. We actually started getting, card table out. And we had people get thrown out of their chairs sitting at the board. You get scratches, which I did, but other guys that was working would get scratched. The very last time we had planned on meeting, let's say midnight, I don't remember the time, I pull into the driveway and they were supposed to be there. And my friends all packed, they met Uptown Farmer and they packed in their great big full-size van and would drive down there. In the driveway, it was only 30 yards long. I pull in there and I don't see the vehicle at all. I flash my headlights, turn them on bright, and I kind of pan around with the front end looking for them. Thought, well, maybe they're down the road to the cemetery. I went down to the cemetery, pulled around, turned around, looked, nothing. Come back down the road, pulled back in. The second I pulled back in, it felt like the devil himself was standing out my window. The overpowering amount of fear that took over me, I couldn't get out there fast enough. So I went flying down the road. I met those guys the following day, and I was pretty pissed. It's like, where the hell were you? And it's like, we were right there. You almost hit us. Like, you weren't there. None of you were there. And he said, yeah, we were there. And they told me exactly what I did, step by step. But I couldn't see him. But that night, my best friend he was working aboard. He just got up. It's kind of like we were talking about, like Zach. He was almost like he was possessed. He just got up away from the table and walked into that shed all by himself. And he was in there for like an hour. They kept calling and calling him and calling him. He wouldn't come out. They finally had to come out and drag him out. And he had just like a blank stare on his face. Mm-hmm. He looked at him and said, "You're all going to die. I'm going to kill all of you." And as he was in that shed.
As oppressed and ended up possessed. Wow.
As he was in that shed, one of our other friends, Billy, he got picked up and thrown away from the table. So once they got him out of there, they got him uptown. You know, he was fine. That was the last time we ever did it.
Yeah.
But it always struck me as like it was almost like something was blocking my vision, so I would not get out of that car.
That's crazy.
And that is why I do not mess with Ouija boards.
Same.
It started out fine. I mean, it was really intriguing, you know, getting this information, you know, and all this stuff. But you could tell it just kept getting darker and darker. You know, he wanted to trade places. You know, can you help me trade places and all this sudden.
Yep, they find the way to let you in. They find that one thing that'll let you take your guard down, and then bam, they hit you. I got preyed on by a dark entity like that, and I was sitting in an old jail and the death row thing, and I just picking up on emotion. I let my guard down just for that little second, and then all hell broke loose.
Like the movie Insidious.
Oh yeah, it's crazy, and a lot of this activity, people are like, "Oh, it's bullshit," but it's real. And when it happens, it's like living in a horror movie. It's insane.
Because there's a lot of things, you know, because it asked, you know, free me, and we don't know what you mean.
Yeah,
Free me, trade me, you know, help me. I had no idea.
That's interesting. I've never messed with the Ouija board.
You're not going to.
Exactly.
I don't blame you. I've been around them, and that was the one thing that started my downfall was just people using it with the wrong intention sometimes too.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
yeah.
There's no Shaquisha boards happening, sorry.
Fine. I still want one.
No.
We can move Tyler.
No. You can want all you want, but it's not happening.
Amazon? Why do you need Amazon?
So when we went to Mansfield, and I was just telling Justice, was part I never understood. We was in the shower room, the section where one of the inmates was hung, where the wire line is still bent. And there was just 3 of us in there, and there was a very loud metallic bang. And you could hear us on the recorder, you know, we're all like, what was that? Did you hear that? Yeah, what the hell was that? But it never came across on the recorder. You could never hear it, and I don't know why or how.
Yeah, we had a similar incident like that happen to us. We heard a girl scream, but didn't catch it on 3 different recorders. So
It's like they come in at a different frequency too, because I've had stuff like that similar happen where we have video of me freaking out and taking off running when I was a member of an old location at in South Pittsburgh, Tennessee, at old South Pittsburgh Hospital. And I literally heard somebody walk up to me and like clear their throat or like growl. And I was like, as soon as I took off running, I was like, yes, I caught it. It's on my recorder. Went back and played it to that exact moment, and it's not there. But I heard it. Tyler, wake up.
I was watching the cat sleeping.
Excuses.
He was snoring.
no, you were snoring.
Yeah, that was your butt
You
snoring,
heard,
bro.
you heard yourself.
Is
Yeah, we
Julie
can
still
smell
on here?
I think so. I think he just.
Yes, she should be.
She'll have to. How many spirits was supposed to be in the house watching over us, sis? 3 or 4?
So it's actually interesting that you say that you think Grandma is still at the house. When we were all volunteers at the Bell, there was actually the gentleman that's going to join us for our public at Poatstown, Keith Age. He held an event, and me, Tyler, and Ricky were tending to that event. And there was a girl there who has psychic abilities, and she said, you have a spirit that's with you all the time. And I asked her to describe who it was. She described Grandma.
Really?
Yeah. And she said she wants me to tell you that you are the special one. What that means, I have no idea.
Well, we all know what that means.
Short bus.
I love it.
She's supposed to be having a moment and you ruined it.
Yeah, Tyler. Damn.
Comic relief.
Yeah.
Oh, what's going on, Seeking Casper? Thanks for stopping in.
Thank you.
Rod and Natasha.
We'll have to get out back your way.
Yes.
Besides we're going to be at the Crawfordsville Paracon. So besides,
Yes.
we'd like to get to the jail or back to that undisclosed location that you let us in on.
Yeah.
Because
We
Ricky
like
wants
that.
Yeah, I couldn't go. I was so sad. Like,
You
I felt
like
so
it.
awkward not being there.
You guys ever went to Buck Cemetery? Because that's supposed to be pretty
We-
haunted.
Not yet.
But they close the gates at night too.
So,
You can walk around them.
yeah.
I has
You can
trouble.
always jump them. I don't recommend that, but
The only thing a locked gate does is keep an honest person honest.
That I can't make these storms.
we could always just give a call to the sheriff's department too. They might be cool with it. You never know.
Yeah.
It's been investigated so many decades. I mean, they're used to it by now.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's not like most cemeteries where they're like you can see it from the road. There's a tree line that separates the road from the cemetery.
Awesome.
Mom hasn't commented at all.
She must be hiding.
Nope. Last one was
Uh,
She did that earlier. I seen that pop up.
that was the last one.
she might not be. Text her.
I don't know her number.
Well,
Damn it, Tyler! You triggered my yawning. Why is it so quiet?
I was giving him Mom's number and I wanted to be out in the universe.
Prank call.
Tell her.
Everybody call mom.
Julie.
No.
Hey, Julie. Are you pooping?
Hey, Ma, are you still on here?
Yeah.
Maud.
Monosaurus. She hates being called Ma, Mama,
Madre.
Maud,
What about Madre?
Mama.
What does she like to be called?
Madre.
Do what?
All of
What
them.
does she like to be
Mom.
called? Just mom?
Call her Madre.
Mom or Grandma. That's it.
Maudosaurus Rex.
Yeah, my younger brother, because she's so short, he says, "You're like a dinosaur, like a T-Rex with the little arms." He started calling her Motosaurus.
That is great.
Oh, I call my mom Madre. It's funny. Everyone. What are you doing? What are you knocking over?
Anyway,
Anyone calls her stuff, she hits them. I call her stuff she doesn't want to be called. She generally doesn't hit me.
what'd she say?
Yeah.
Bad, Tyler. Bad.
Yeah, he likes to pick. Case in point. So while you were investigating with your group at OSR, one of your other guys had an experience with the face.
Was walking down was on the top tier of the cells, and that'd be the middle tier. I don't know which wing they'd call it. But he felt like a presence behind him. So he just took a picture, his phone, took a picture over his shoulder. And when we looked at it, you could see a greenish face, almost like a demon face with its mouth wide open right over his shoulder. Looked at us and, nope, we're out of here.
I would have been fighting.
Well, the darkest places you ever go in there is the hole.
Oh yeah, you won't be able to
And
see at all.
they're not much bigger than this room that you have right here. And they'll tell you, like, as they take tour. They'd stuff like 10, 15 people in there. But it is so dark, you literally cannot see your hand in front of your face.
Yeah.
It is super creepy.
Brittany getting all snuggled up and comfy.
I'm cold.
Oh.
So always gotta make sure she's snuggled.
She's probably gonna fall
That's one
asleep.
thing you'll never see Brittany without on Investigations. Her damn snuggie.
A snuggie or a blanket.
Yeah. She didn't have her snuggie last time. She had
Sure,
her.
blanket
No.
up.
I did carry around a blanket a little bit.
She left her
I think-
umbrella there.
No, she didn't. I seen it in the back of the truck, in the bed.
Wow.
It is back there then. It's probably in the back where it's all that crap.
Truck.
Wasn't
Probably.
it Ghost Adventures that put that X on that one cell?
Probably.
Or that, or not maybe Ghost, but Ghost Hunters that put the X on the top of that cell. You remember?
I know Ghost Adventures was real big about, and here's where we
The X.
X-
Yeah.
they would put the X on the floor.
Right. But we were doing EVPs on that. There was a couple of people in that cell, and I'm standing outside the cell, and I seen a shadow figure, probably 2-3 cells down, would come out, look over the rail, and go back in. Went back out, go back in. So I grabbed another guy, said, "Hey, take a look at this." So my eyes are not playing tricks on me. See if you can see what I'm seeing. I'm not gonna tell you what I'm seeing. Just watch. And it come walking out. He's like, "Holy shit!" We tried to take pictures of it, with our phones, but nothing ever came out.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, this is also like 2008-ish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Weren't that great.
right.
Put you your crazers.
Yeah.
The
No.
what?
Razors.
What did I say?
So that's at Ohio State Reformatory.
Yeah. Yep. He went when he was a CO or a corrections officer at a big jail around here called CCNO, Corrections Center of Northwest Ohio. Him and a bunch of his CO buddies went up there and investigated for the night.
Oh, we tried everything. I mean, we was trying to provoke them, everything, because they tell you, in the walkthrough, how they don't like CO. Some of them don't. It's really any females. A lot of the females that go in there and get investigated, they get grabbed and pushed a lot. So we had a couple with us that usually kept in a group. They wouldn't respond. We'd be yelling at them, lock down, or this or that, trying to get a response. Usually when you tell them to lock down, they're bitching and grumbling and moaning, fuck you and all this. But we never got anything. In the office, the warden's wife was found shot to death in the office.
Damn.
They don't know who, why, or what. So we was trying to find out, did your husband find out you were having an affair with an inmate and he shot you? And just questions along this line and that line, trying to get in a response. And there was nothing.
You have days like that where you're literally just talking to the wall.
Yeah. No, that's what it is 99.9% of the time,
Right.
But it always is awesome when we can capture, stuff that actually we can't.
Sometimes you don't even realize that you've had communication until you go back
Oh, yeah.
and review.
Till after.
And you're like, how did I not catch that?
Yeah.
Right.
I've noticed that a lot with our ITC sessions too. We think it says one thing and you'll go back and it says something completely like more intelligent than we thought it said. It's just like, what?
Well, it's like that clip when you were doing Estes method at Allblaze. It's like, what? How did we not catch that and try to carry on that conversation?
Right, because a lot of it happens like in the moment. It's hard to hear it.
Yeah.
I found a lot of like the mics and stuff we use to record like enhances it where we can hear it better. And like I don't know, I just get like a heat of a moment kind of thing. It's almost a pareidolia effect too. Like you're constantly like listening for things you kind of want to hear subconsciously, not even knowing you're doing it, and then That's why I recommend. That's why I'm glad we always have a recorder rolling when we do stuff like that, because you go back and it's just like, holy smokes, like it didn't make sense in the moment, but it actually makes sense in the review. So it's like,
Yeah.
wow.
I'd have loved to have that device that you let me use when we was at the Bell Mansion that picked up like the stick figures.
Oh, the SLS.
I'd have loved to have that when I went to Mansfield.
Yeah, that would have
Just-
been cool to see what you got.
That'd have been awesome.
Yeah. I don't think they were.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
were
there's no,
Yes. There's never enough time to review all your footage and listen to everything when it's happening.
Yeah. I mean, we still have footage from 2 years ago we haven't been through.
I've got footage from about 6 years ago. I still haven't gotten all the way through yet. It's like, holy crap.
Well, the worst thing is like the day after the investigation, you're like, I'm going to start going through it. And then
Yeah.
you're sitting there and you're,
I was so drained even Monday. Like I was
Oh,
just
yeah.
mentally like
Oh,
I just felt
paranormal
like I
hangover
was
is a
hit
real
by
thing.
bus. Like it wasn't just because of lack of sleep. Like Monday I woke up and I just felt sluggish still. It was crazy. My energy was so low.
Yeah.
That me, like I have a bad habit of wanting. I used to love to go through audio. Now I dread it, and I've been doing this a long time. So it's just like, unless I know for a fact we possibly caught something, I'd never really get motivated. I drag through it. It's just like,
the cabin really got to all of us, I think.
Yeah. oh, there's some
Yeah.
very, and not in a negative way. There's just a lot of intense
No.
energy trapped in that
Yeah.
place. Like, makes you
sure-
sick, makes you dizzy, makes you have a headache, makes you hit your head in the middle of the night on the damn staircase, like I did, not knowing it's there, because I don't know how to duck. And wow,
Well, and
Yeah.
us that we have, just, we're sensitive or whatever, had the ability of other things, our energy gets,
oh, it gets drained. It's
Yeah,
drained.
drained up
instantly.
even
Remember the
more.
camera batteries, the mic batteries
yeah.
as well? Those were drained almost instantly when we walked in there, and it came back and it said we're saving it or what I can't remember what they said.
Yeah.
You know, the thing of it is that like that whole time that we were recording, none of it got saved.
What?
It'd be like that. It'd be like that. It's the weirdest thing.
That's
like his camera at Middle
basement
Point.
at Middle Point.
Yeah, middle point.
Yeah.
Like you remember that, Ricky? Like it literally acted like that SD card was not functional.
Yep. It was almost like it instantly corrupted your file. It was weird.
We made sure
Hey,
that
but you get revenge on it soon because we get to go back to middle point, and hopefully we can make it work this time.
So do I got to
Get
put
the camera going. Yep.
180 maybe?
Yeah, because the battery
Go
that
with
I had,
backup.
the battery I had said it would last 2 hours, and we were only in there for
like 10.
20 minutes at
Yeah.
the most.
20
Yeah.
minutes tops, and it
Yeah.
like drained the battery and the mics.
Yeah.
Like,
We've used them before and didn't do that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So we
Yeah,
know it wasn't.
even the following morning, it was still very intense. Like,
Mhm.
it's crazy.
yeah,
That
I like to go to OSR. We went last year for one of the Paracons. I like it because of the movie Shawshank
Yeah.
Redemption.
Shawshank, yeah.
That's Matt's favorite movie.
I've
Yeah.
never been. I've not done a penitentiary yet. That's on my list. I got to do a penitentiary.
We didn't get to investigate because like it was like $140 to investigate that night, Saturday night,
It's expensive.
and it's kind of expensive. And I heard that you can't go to certain spots, and it's like only certain places you could go to. Things that you really wanted to investigate were closed off. But it could have been because, you had people there that had their merchandise set up. So
Yeah.
I
That's
can
fair.
understand that.
the only
Yeah.
place we weren't allowed to go at that time was in the basement. The only place you weren't allowed to go.
I mean, even the stuff that was blocked off, though, was still big. Like, we're still.
Oh,
Yeah.
It is. I told Jess, it's breathtaking. When you
Yeah.
pull up, it's like a medieval
Oh, yeah.
castle. It's
Oh,
just
yeah, it is. It's
wow,
crazy.
beautiful.
It's always
Yeah.
that experience when you pull up. That's like Waverly Hills. Like, it's no joke. You pull up to a infamously known location like that. It's just like, whoa.
I just want to buy it.
Yeah.
Everything.
Same.
Mm.
Yeah,
There's so many
but
cool
for
locations out there.
$33 or $3,000 to have it for a night.
Yeah.
$31.50.
Yeah,
That's insane.
I can buy a new car. Well, half a car. I can put a down payment on the car with that. Like,
That place is so huge. If you just do it by yourself, you would need all night.
I don't think you can cover it all night.
oh, you guys have Waverly and a few? Well, if you need some extra people, let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Waverly. Waverly is such an outstanding
Never
place.
been.
I've got some of my best EVPs I've ever caught at Waverly Hills.
Picking.
What's that other one? Eastern State Penitentiary?
Eastern State. Yep. In
Is that
Pennsylvania.
Kentucky?
Pennsylvania.
Is it Pennsylvania?
Yep. Wicked cool location. That's on the bucket list too. I've heard they opened it up for paranormal, then they closed it, then they opened it, and they've been closing it. It's just like, hopefully they can make their minds up, because I'd love to do something like that. That's where Ghost Hunters caught that really wicked footage of that cloaked figure running down the middle of that catwalk in the middle of the night.
So, my uncle Jeff and Ricky, you guys both share something in common outside of the paranormal. You both are history/war buffs.
Oh yes.
So
Gettysburg has always been a bucket list for mine.
I've been there. I've been there 3 times. You'll love it.
I drive truck, and I can't tell you how many times I've been within a few miles, but trucks are not allowed in Gettysburg.
Yeah. Yep.
So you always have to
I've
skirt
always
it.
wondered about that too, because it's like I never saw a semi truck anywhere in the vicinity of Gettysburg. Like,
Nope.
that is definitely, a lot of people like, oh, we'll just take a couple days. No, if you can afford it, take a week. There's so much to explore. Like, I love just getting out there and walking. I was at the last couple times I went there, I was walking like 13 miles a day when I'd go out and walk. Get off the broken, beaten path. You can find all sorts of cool stuff. It's surreal that even the whole little downtown area is just it's its own little vibe.
Yeah.
It's a very patriotic town.
Too bad it's in Pennsylvania.
is that because of the distance or something else?
It just Pennsylvania sucks in whole.
Yeah, tolls as well. Like, the tolls are terrible. That's
It's the highest tolls in the United States that I know of. Is Pennsylvania Toll Road.
And they're everywhere. Like,
yeah.
It should be an 8 to 10 hour drive, but it feels like 15 hours with the tolls. You stop every other, I don't know how many, several miles.
So I can get you there a lot quicker, but it just not truck friendly, so it had to be car friendly.
No. I just like to fly. Fly into Harrisburg, go from there.
Mm-mm.
You don't like flying?
Nope.
Bro, imagine this. So, I'm getting ready to fly home in
Fine.
Georgia.
Have wings.
I'll be leaving at 6 a.m. I'll be wheels down, pulling into my gate at 7:48 a.m. An hour and 48 minutes later. Versus a 12-hour car ride.
Flying never hurt anybody. It's that sudden stop at the end that fucks you up.
Yeah.
It would be like Peter Pan.
I just like flying in these little jets out of Fort Wayne International, man. They haul ass. Like, you get some G-force on them damn things.
Would you leave the cat alone?
do you still get to investigate?
What?
Yeah. Do you still get to investigate? Do you still get to go out and do things, or does your work take over?
Yeah. Unfortunately, like, I leave tomorrow, and I usually run from Sunday to Friday, maybe Saturday. So I get a 34-hour reset, which is, I'll spend getting my groceries for the next week, get my clothes washed, and sit around and just in the back on the road. Like this week, I'm already scheduled. I got to go down to Kentucky, just outside of Russellville, Kentucky. Then back up just on the other side of, it's right between the Ohio Kentucky River. Pick up a little paper, take that to Washington Courthouse, Ohio. then go to Vandalia to P&G, take that down to Coleman, Alabama, then go to Woodstock, Alabama, and then bring that back up to Lima.
Dang.
Woodstock, Alabama sounds scary. I'm from the South.
It's nobody knows it as Woodstock. The place you're going to is on the name of the road is Frog Lady Road. So if anybody goes, hey, where you going? I'm going to Frog Lady. Everybody knows exactly where you're going.
Roll Tide.
You're picking up pallets. You're picking up pallets and bringing them back.
Go Dogs.
Yeah.
We appreciate
I
that.
understand
Thank you.
that.
I think it was the last time you got to investigate with me and Tyler.
Yep. That was the last time.
That was.
And you guys do Oglays Village, and that's like 2 miles from my house.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we did that just last weekend.
I drove by there last night. I was wondering if somebody was doing that. Did they have that going on last night? Because there was lights out, in buildings and stuff.
Possibly.
They could have been. They run it out for privates. Well, not the people that run Oglays, but there's people that like sublet it out. Called Underground Paranormal Network. UGPN.
UGPN. We've done pretty much a lot of their locations this year.
So that'd be kind of cool to know if they were doing that, because I'd sneak in the woods, throw rocks at the buildings.
Yeah.
What was that sound? Did you hear that knock? Rattle the doors.
Sneak up and knock, 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 knock.
I should just get night vision on my drone and fly it at the teams. What the hell was that?
Like a funny thing we used to do when I was younger. Jesse knows where that Coffin Road. All right. It's huge. You guys know what parking is?
No.
Wow.
Please,
Matt, Brendan, you know what parking is?
You just park your car?
Well, yeah.
That goes along with it.
Yeah. You got to park the car when you're fucking in the car. That's parking. And it's just an abandoned road out in the middle of nowhere. And everybody in that area, back then, they'd pull down there and park. So me and my friend, we'd take our three-wheeler down there in the middle of the night and wait. You'd see a car would pull up and shut your lights off. You'd wait like 10, 15 minutes. You'd walk up there, shake the car, and then dive in the bushes and hear them scream. The guys would be like, what the fuck? Blah, blah, blah. You'd wait. It'd calm back down. Then you go knock on the windows. They're going to throw stones at the windows. And then you hear, the women just going ape shit ballistic. Of course, it's a lot better when you got like a case of beer in you. That was a lot more fun.
You see my comment?
Not as old as you, Ma.
So he asked a question earlier. We don't think you were on, Mom. How many spirits were said to have been in the old house protecting you and Uncle Jeff? See how long it takes her to answer. Start the clock. But yeah, that Coffin Road he's talking about isn't very far from where we all grew up. It's literally, 2 miles, if that, away?
Right.
Yeah, it's not far from where we live.
It's 3. I couldn't remember if it was 3 or 4. That road is supposed to be haunted, but the amount of time I spent down there, doing things and farming and stuff like that, there was never anything down there.
Maybe you haunt
Nothing.
Tyler said maybe you haunt it.
No.
Good.
I mean, you used to do haunted hay rides down that road.
Right. That was fun.
So, yeah, I remember being a little kid riding and you coming out with the chainsaw without the chain on it right at me.
My dad did that too.
Run, Jess, run!
Would always single me out and hit the chainsaw right at the
Tree.
wagon where I was sitting.
What did
Just coincidence.
Uh-huh.
It
Coincidence.
was an accident.
Yeah, just like whenever we scare Brittany.
Yeah, poor Brittany.
Yeah.
Poor Brittany.
You guys scare Brittany?
Yeah.
We've got some pretty awesome Brittany faces this last couple investigation between Broadwell and Oglaze.
She needs to have her own line of shirts of
Yeah, of her.
scare cam and on the back.
This exact pose.
Yeah.
Hashtag poor Brittany.
Leave Brittany alone.
Leave Brittany alone.
She scares herself. I mean,
Yeah, I could see that.
you don't even have to be trying to scare her, and she'll You're
Yeah.
like, what the hell are you doing?
Oh,
My
you
dog
can.
barked the other day and made me jump because I was walking out thinking someone else was going to jump me, and she's the one that barked and made me jump. What the heck? I screamed.
You know what my dad called Ayla? Haley.
You could just see the wheels turning when you said that. She had that look on her face, like, "Yeah, you just wait till this camera's off."
Mhm. Oh,
Well,
she's
she's
there's
scared.
times where I know she's gonna whip our ass. Like,
If you had the time, where would you like to go investigate? If money and time and distance wasn't a figure.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Uh,
no worries. Thanks for popping in.
Yeah, we need to come see you
Yeah,
guys.
we need to.
Yes,
We need-
yes, soon. They
we
did
need to
say
get
that
down to
date
the
you were talking
Rotary
about,
Trail.
Jess, is open.
Yeah.
They believe.
Waverly would be nice. Eastern State would be nice.
Yeah.
And I can't. There's a bar that I've seen a lot of guys go to. Bobby Gillies or something.
Bobby
Bobby
Mackey's.
Mackey.
Bobby Mackey's. Yeah.
It's getting demolished, sadly.
Oh, is it really?
Mhm.
Yep.
Watch your shit
I've
hit the
been there
fan now.
once. I've been there once. Cool spot.
They're rebuilding.
In a different location.
Yeah.
though.
Same location. They're
Gettysburg. There's actually, I used to work with a couple supervisors who, I don't remember what they called it, but people caching,
Oh, geocache?
geocache.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of them would do it on Civil War trails.
Mhm.
That, and come to find out, a lot of those, like Gettysburg and a lot of other Civil War trails, you can do that as a haunted, like, investigation and all those.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of geocaches around us too.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily
It
haunted.
used to be easy to investigate, especially in the fall time around Gettysburg, because they used to close the park around like 10:30 at night, and that didn't switch over till Halloween switched over. So if you'd go out there, in the fall time around 6 p.m. when it's like dark at 5:30, you get that couple 3 or 4 hours to investigate Battlefield at night.
They
But
do.
then they
Go ahead.
captured people, I guess, digging on the property
Oops.
with metal detectors or something, and they shut it down. So now it closes at dusk.
So they actually do kind of like a Halloween thing at Mansfield, to where they actually have people, sitting around corners and in cells,
Make it a haunt.
like the place ain't bad enough. You got people jumping out at you.
I feel bad for the actors having to hang out in those dark
Yeah.
corners by themselves. Like,
Thinking they hear somebody come, they jump out and ain't nobody there. Like,
yeah.
oh shit.
I wonder how many times this actually happens. Probably
Right.
quite a few. Tyler, did you fart?
not yet.
Not yet. I like that.
That
answer.
one investigation ghost hunters did down in Florida in the lighthouse,
St. Augustine.
St. Augustine.
They
That'd be
did St. Augustine and Pensacola. Yep.
that'd be really cool.
I've been there. I went from my mom and dad took me my 17th birthday because my mom's side of the family, they are the Dummets, which is my mom's maiden name. They owned the St. Francis Inn back in the middle 1800s. So they took me for my birthday to kind of explore my ancestors' route, and they took me for a ghost tour there right after ghost hunters had been there. It's
Wow.
badass. That place lives up to the hype. It really does. There's a lot of, even on a public, like that was my first like public investigation ever. It was pretty wicked.
So to kind of turn the tables here, so like, Rick, what got you into it? What
Me?
began? What made you want to do that?
Well,
Yeah.
this goes back to like when I was like a toddler. I noticed things growing up and it kind of scared me. My mom and dad were like, "Oh no, you're not hearing things, you're not seeing things." So I kind of like I believed them, and it was around 12 or 13 years old. This is like when I really started getting heavy into the Civil War. I went to Chickamauga Battlefield up in the Georgia-Tennessee border area, and ended up having a literally life-changing paranormal experience. I ended up seeing a Confederate cavalry officer. Clear as day, walked behind a group of people. They walked past these double doors that open, and right behind them, this guy was over 6 foot tall, long brushy beard. You could see the tassels on his hat. He had a cavalry hat, transparent, but I could see full detail. Confederate uniform, gray uniform with yellow piping. He had the insignias of sergeant on him. He had his saber, his pistol, had his hand actually on his pistol, and he looks at me, tips his hat, winks, and then walks off. Like we made eye contact. And I was just like, I wasn't scared at that point. I was like, okay, what the hell did I just see? Ended up running around the corner, and at the time, before they redid the gun collection area, this one wall is the only way in is the same way you can come out. There's only one way. There's just, you walk in and there's a wall. There's no loop. After that, I ran to the park ranger and like, well, can you tell us, I'm going to show you a picture. Can you tell us who you think you saw? And they had a picture of the guy that was mortally wounded on that hill on the wall. And it was the same person I had saw.
Wow.
That did it for me. It kind of haunted me for a little bit, but I kind of came to terms with it, and I was like intrigued. It's like, okay, I just legitimately saw a ghost. What the hell? How the hell? And why the hell? And then fast forward 20 years, here I am.
It's cool that they actually turned and seen you.
Oh
and
yeah,
acknowledge your presence.
I mean, it was the craziest thing I've ever experienced. Tipped his hat and everything, and smiled. He had like a smile on his face. So, yeah, I mean, I came face to face with history.
Right.
It's crazy.
Okay, Matt, Brittany, your turn.
Go ahead.
Brittany!
Brittany's the one that got me really involved in it.
Yeah, she just got your ass. It's just a skippity bit.
I usually just carry stuff around.
You're a liar.
You're a liar.
I have like a spiritual gift where I sense things and dreams and stuff, and I don't know, we just one day just started going to cemeteries and stuff, and then it kind of just picked up from there, and he looked up equipment to buy, and it led us to the place that we all met at, and then we just kind of kicked off from there.
We went out to Okefenokee, which I don't know if you know anything about it. It's over in Peru, here in Indiana. And we went out there one night, and there was a group of people that were doing some investigating of their own. And
We had no equipment whatsoever.
yeah, we
had
didn't-
nothing. Not even
nothing.
on our phones, nothing.
And we're like, hey, do you care if we tag along with you? And they're like, no, that's fine. And we're like, okay. So it was her and I, my cousin and his girlfriend at the time, and we kind of just hung out for a while. And I was like, what are you guys using? And they're like, well, we're using a necrophonic app on our phone. And I was like, oh, can you buy it? And they're like, yeah.
It was like, what, $5?
And I think it was like $10
Okay.
to
Yeah.
buy it.
$10 one purchase.
And so I was like, well, heck, I'll just buy it myself. So out there at Okefenokee, there's no signal service at all. There's no way you're going to get out to call anybody. So we went ahead and drove into Peru.
To buy this app.
Yeah, just so we could download and buy this app. And then we went back out there, and at that time they had already left. But while we were out there, Um, you know, they would telling us old wives' tales about the place and how at one time there was a family that lived across the street, and they had a young boy um, that would always go over into the woods and play around. Well, he ended up getting murdered in a I don't they call it like a cabin, but it's not. It's like a tunnel basically, and you can walk in the woods and find the tunnel. Well, as many times as we've been out there during the daylight and at night, we've never been able to find this tunnel. But we go out there another time, and it's the four of us again, and a car pulls up, and we're like, "Oh, great, here we go." Most of the time, people go back there to drink and party and act a fool. So we're like, "Well, this is probably it for the night because we don't want to get wrapped up with anything." And this couple gets out of the car, and they start small talk with us, talking about how they were just coming out here to kind of investigate with us, and asked if they could tag along. And we're like, yeah, hell with it. So we ended up walking back into the woods, and all we had was flashlights and our phone. I had the Necrophonic app. I think Brittany was recording on her phone, and we got so far back into the woods following this trail, and you would look over into the woods and you would see like two eyeballs, which most likely were probably animals. But when you take your flashlight and you shine out there, you wouldn't see nothing. And I was like, well, it's probably an animal. So then we're on the Necrophonic app, and it was going through talking a bunch of gibberish stuff that didn't really make sense. And the kid that was with us, it said his name. Now, I don't remember what his name was now, because it was like
A couple years ago.
Yeah,
Years ago.
3 or 4 years ago, probably. And the kid was like, "What did it say?" And I repeated it. And he was like, "That's my name." And I was like, "Well,
I didn't even know his name at this time.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
That's weird." And so we keep talking to whatever's communicating with us. And a couple years ago, or a year before we were out there was a kid. His name was Drake Smith. He got murdered out there, robbed, and one of the people that got caught was in Muncie. One of them was in like California, and then the other one was in Texas, I believe. But when we were talking, there was like he was communicating with us, and he was telling us, I got beaten.
They
and
played music.
like we partied, and then music played. And the kid that was with us, he was like, "You're not going to believe this, but Drake's my cousin." And I'm like,
I remember this.
"What?" And he was like, yeah, me and Drake are cousins. I was like, "I know Drake. I knew of him. I'd seen him around. I'd actually talked to him before." It was kind of weird because out of all the people that come to that location that night in the middle of nowhere, probably in the middle of the night, midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, it just so happened to be this guy. And out there for probably an hour and got all kinds of information. And it was like, man, that's crazy. But yeah, it's that's kind of the thing that really got the both of us,
mainly you, into it. Because I was,
it kind of validated it for me, because I knew who Drake was. But when we went out there, we didn't say Drake's name or anything like that. We didn't try to.
We didn't even go out there for that at all.
Yeah.
Like, it was just kind of like just brought out.
You guys been out there several times after that?
Yeah, but now
it's closed.
Yeah,
you
can't drive all the way back there. But before we went back there again another time, and the lane is like a mile long to get back there. And so we're all cruising. We have the windows down, the music's off, and we're just trying to listen. And we heard a little, like, sound like a little girl scream. And we're like, what the heck was that? We all four of us heard it. And I was like, that's probably young kids back here being idiots. Well, we get all the way back there and there's not a car or nothing back there. So it's like, well, I don't know. Could have been something. Because you get back there and you can't hear nothing. You can't hear the road noise. You're right by the river. And the likelihood of somebody being out on the river at that time of night is.
Well, here's a little food for thought. That since you said it was by the river and it sounded like a little girl scream, beaver when they scream sound just like that.
Screech owls too. I don't know if we have those up here, but I've heard them in Georgia, and they sound like we had we called the cops out in the middle of the woods after a bad storm one night, and it sounded like a woman out there. Like it was crazy.
But there was another story that that paranormal team that was there, they were telling us that at one time there was a girl that got tied to a tree and got beaten out there.
Oh wow!
But I don't really know.
You never
I
know.
don't know how much of that how much of that's true.
That's why a thermal is the best thing you can bring out to a wooded location. That way you can see it. You know, you can see what's around you.
The river is, I think it's the Missinewall River. So at the time, back in the day, the Indians would.
That's like I don't know if you see it, probably can't, but that's like the tunnel. They said that.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Wow.
That's in Okefenokee, and we never found it, but it looks like it's you could
seemed
find
like it'd be easy to find.
Yeah. I swear we've probably been out there half a dozen times, if not a dozen times, trying to find it, and we just can't.
Maybe
It's
somebody tore
crazy.
it down, covered it up.
They could have, yeah.
Because they got horse trails back there and everything, so who knows? Somebody could have destroyed it on accident, or
Trees fell on it.
Sasquatch could have knocked the tree down. He could be living in it. I don't know. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's really what got me involved, was like just that whole experience. And then the more that we've done part and investigating more, it's kind of heightened my senses a little bit, like getting touched at that undisclosed place in Crawfordsville. And then I think Jess got touched right after I did. It was pretty crazy. And then this past weekend, when we were in the cabin, it just felt like my head was just getting so much pressure. And I was like, man, I don't normally I just carry gear around. That's what I do. I have backpack and camera, and this one just walks around looking pretty. Like,
if you can't even take it out of compliment, you're ready to fight your ass.
That's what she does. I got a whole backpack. I look like
I carry my walk, my drink, and my phone.
And
That's
your screams. Don't forget your screams, Brittany.
Yeah.
She carries around those
I'm
two
pretty
things.
bare bones. Got my camera, my recorder, and
In this
pretty much
this
it.
hot mess, I carry this around too. Like, I look like I was just scared. Here's for today.
But yeah, that's my 10-minute story.
That's cool.
You talk too much, I'm telling you.
There's really so much information out there.
I know, but you just don't know how to just get to the point.
There was too many points to get to. I had to make sure to go across them all, and I still missed a couple.
He was
Shut
taking the scenic route.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I wanted you guys
It was told perfectly.
don't.
Don't. Love details and
hit it with the rest and bitch face, Brittany.
Yeah.
You can keep on resting.
That's it. That was it. There's a certain look.
You know that when we did the bell, you and I, we walked in that one room and we both started smelling that smoke, like cigar smoke. Have you ever smelled that since?
I did not outside of that. No, it was in the yoga room.
I didn't know if that was the only time you had that experience.
Oh, yes. I don't know if anybody else has ever.
Right, the Bell? Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the first experience I ever had at the Bell Mansion. I was in the basement, and it was like somebody lit a fresh cigar. It was 100% cigar. It's like a maple. It was crazy. But
Well,
yeah, it
it's
was
like
my first experience.
that one day that we were in there, and it had told you to go to the poker room.
Oh
We
yeah,
went up to
and
the
that
poker room, and we were up there for a
whiskey
while.
flask.
Yeah, and then it told you to go down and talk to somebody else.
Mhm.
And no sooner than you walk out of the room, you guys were in the hallway at this point,
And it was a bam.
and that
Yeah.
little book
Fell right
Fell.
in front of Matt.
fell right in front of me, and I'm like, "What in the heck is going?" I hadn't even moved yet.
Yep. You
And
open
then-
the book up, and it's a stash for
Yeah,
a
it's
whiskey
like where a
flask.
flask would be.
Yeah.
Dude,
Huh.
I knew exactly where we needed to go.
Yeah, we
at
remember
that
we
point.
put that back up there. We bounced around and everything, and
Yeah.
it didn't even move.
Yep.
It's just crazy how it did it when Matt was still in the room. Like it wanted.
Yeah.
It
Well,
wanted
I
someone
had
to see it.
saw a shadow figure leading up to that point. I
And
thought
Matt
I
did
saw
too. Remember Matt said he's seen
Yeah.
something go in there.
yeah,
When you
Yep.
did too.
And you
Yeah.
saw one after me. I saw it. I didn't see it in the poker room. I can't remember where I saw it. But
I
was
was standing in the servants
okay.
whenever I seen it,
Yes.
and it actually looked like it walked right into the poker room,
Mhm.
like from the room on the left, like it just walked right across the hall, and I was like, "What
When
the hell?" No.
did you ever
I don't
show
know.
him that video? We took that when we was in the poker room and we had that guy come in. You and I and Haley were playing poker, and he come sat down at the table with us. We using that
Did
Yeah,
I?
so
machine. Yeah.
I don't remember if we were.
SLS.
Maybe I might have the recording. I don't know. We've got a lot of evidence, like recordings and videos that we've not gone through.
Oh,
So we might have it. I just don't know.
right. When that figure came out, that little boy came out of that little room and was touching Haley.
Oh yeah, in Andy's room. Yeah, the ballroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember one of the first times that we met Tyler and Jess. Tyler had a camera pointing towards the Lizzie Borden bell all night long, and we were having some sort of communication with your music box. You had made a music box, and we were getting a lot of interaction with the music box pointing towards the bell. That was
Yeah,
like one of the
I
first
vaguely
times.
remember that. And then that night we had what was it the same night, Tyler, that you left that music box in the casket?
Different night.
Okay.
That was a public night because I remember.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because you had to come back and get the cameras.
And I think Luke was there for that Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Now that I think that same night,
But
the first time we took a music box up after he made it, you and Luke went into Robert's room and were just getting all sorts of confirmations of things.
yeah,
So that's why
my buddy still comes visits me
the next
often.
that's why he
Couple
put
of them.
there.
Music.
What's up, bud? How you doing, man? Good to see you.
So,
We got to have you on sometime if you got the time, dude.
yeah, send us a message and we'll get you scheduled sometime.
Yes.
Um,
Still trucking? You on the road? He's a truck driver as well. Also, a very awesome author and paranormal investigator. Google him. You'll find him.
I don't know how to Google.
All right. We'll be in touch, man, for sure.
Why is Sophie growling?
What, Brittany?
No, my dog's growling for some
Because you
reason.
farted.
No, I didn't. Not this time.
We're not investigating.
Well, and she's on the
Yeah, I'm
couch.
not farting because we're not investigating. We should go drum.
I'll
roll.
never forget that one show we had. You ripped ass and that dog went.
It was just like last
Did you
week.
watch that? Did you watch that video when we were in the church
Yes. And
Yes.
in the group message? Did you hear me? The pop.
Yeah.
We
The
were
pop.
like that.
it wasn't a pop. Let's be real.
It's like that one time you did the servants' quarter. You went.
Yeah.
I was like, Brittany, did you just fart? You're like, uh-huh.
I'm checking on the dogs outside, just seeing if where they're at.
And then
Oh,
the next thing we know, all the paint fell off the wall. So it's like, dang.
That's probably what happened to OSR. Yeah. Now that I think about it, when we went, she was dropping ice and paint chips were falling on the floor. Yeah, I remember that now.
I was not.
dropping ass. She was dropping ass.
I probably was, but
Yeah.
it was already falling off the wall.
Dropping bombs worse than falling.
Brittany, that's not ladylike now.
I'm so sorry.
Calm down there.
Girls don't fart, remember?
I toot. Puff.
No.
Sound like an old granny when you said, I toot,
I toot.
I toot.
So, since we've asked, like, where you would like to investigate, what equipment would you like to have if, again, it wasn't an object?
Oh, absolutely flare, first and foremost.
FLIR. Those are expensive.
Well, you said it didn't matter.
I know. I'm just saying, like, I completely agree with the FLIR. They're just freaking expensive.
Even just the camera module itself are really expensive because I've been looking into building my own, and just the camera module, which is
It's not
No.
cheap.
else that you need to have with it. It's not even what the camera module goes into. Those are like $160.
$160?
So which one? Come here.
Anything else other than FLIR?
A better phone.
Yeah, do come in here.
I'd seen them before. Instead of like using the phone for a digital recorder, a digital recorder, you know, that has like the wire that comes out to pick up better sound.
Yeah.
I don't know what do they call it? You know, they have the net of like the dots, the shadow detector,
Laser, yeah, they got the shadow detector.
Right.
The G
laser grids.
G something.
Definitely that thing that you had me use at the Bell Mansion. I mean,
The
you handed that to me and walked out into the main room, and there's somebody sitting at the table. I mean, we ain't even started yet.
Come on.
That was like, holy shit, that's awesome. Check this out.
Yeah, the SLS camera.
SOS is cool too. I love that shadow detector. That one's really cool. It has a built-in laser grid.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sophie, come here.
go ahead.
Just needs a battery.
Yeah, that thing was cool.
Come here. Come here.
Tyler's such a geek. That's why we love him. Someone's got to do math, and I'm sure as hell glad it ain't me.
Squeeze it real tight. Just set it on the
And Mom's not gotten to use one. She just she's seen it because she went again to the Bell with me and Tyler and my sister that lives in Kentucky. We went and let them use the
Oh,
SLS.
it's Coco.
Oh,
Oh, it's a doggy. Hey,
Yeah.
doggy.
Hey, Sophie. Hi, Sophie. Hi. She's the old bitch.
She's an old bitch.
She's 12, so she's old.
I know, but she's a puppy. They're always puppies.
Yeah, puppers.
The bitty girl doesn't look over 2
That's
years
cute.
old to me.
She's so annoying. She's about to jump down because Matt got up.
Mm.
Lay
She's gonna
down.
Drop ass on you. That dog's gonna drop ass on you.
She's scared of the floor, so she's.
Look at that Coco up there.
He went to the bathroom, I think. Matt, you go in the bathroom? You pooping?
Tyler, you.
Do a sack check on him when he comes back in the room. Just go, wow.
There's so much stuff out there anymore, you know.
Oh,
And it's
snap.
just cool gadgets.
It's like one of my best friends in the whole freaking world right there. Ryan Seymour, what's up, dude? I miss you, man. We got to have you on the show sometime. We need to schedule that.
There is definitely a lot of different equipment out there. Like Matt and Brittany have a tripwire. It's just a bunch of sensors connected to an LED spread out over this wire, and you can stretch it out over a doorway, or we did it down the aisle in the churchway. We weren't getting a whole lot through Necrophonic. Like, we did have some stuff, but we, for whatever reason, they loved that tripwire and would answer us with that tripwire. And
It was
different,
crazy.
they lit it up in a sequence and all at once.
Ryan, I'll reach out to you after I get off here, man. I'll shoot you a message.
So, like, that's really cool.
That's a good one too. Paranormal Puck.
I would definitely.
I love the cat balls. I know that's the cheapest one of the cheapest items, but it's just crazy, you know, because
The cat balls are
you
cool.
barely
You know how
touch
to use them?
Yeah. They're like
Yeah.
one of my favorites, and they're just simple,
You can
and
get some
they're
really
good
cool
starter,
interaction with that.
good starter item for people that are just starting or don't have a lot of money. And
Hey, Ryan, do me a favor, bro. Type your team name in the comments. I'll put it up. That way people can follow you. Beyond the Veil, Paranormal in the House.
where'd he go? Matt, what are you doing?
I just thought you like cat balls because you like playing with balls, Brittany. Like,
What are those? That sounds nasty.
That's the things you use when you're parking.
how how do you know or can tell like breezes or bugs versus something paranormal? So it depends on what you're looking at. So if it's video, you're gonna notice if there's like a breeze coming through the room, you're gonna see a lot of like natural dust get picked up, and a lot of people mistake those as orbs. Also bugs can look very tricky on a camera lens. They can look like something truly manifesting, because they don't really have a predictable path like a dust does. Like and they have all different shapes, and they can look so freaking
Like
weird,
bouncing everywhere.
Yep. Make sure y'all follow Ryan down here on Facebook. They can find you on YouTube, right, bro? So bugs too. Yeah, bugs. I mean, they can also contaminate your audio evidence. I've heard crickets make weird noises that sound like whispers, cicadas screaming. There's so many natural things. You kind of have to just kind of learn through trial and error when you're investigating the paranormal with the natural stuff.
Especially
So
outside. Like that's
you never
that's the
had
hope.
or
I got
enter
some
your body at the exact
saved up,
time
bro.
and you
We'll
were
make it happen.
possessed.
We'll make it happen.
What was your question, Jeff?
So you never had an orb enter you, and at that exact time you felt possessed.
Dude, bro. yeah. In my dude bro shenanigans, I have. Now I have been around manifested energy that has manifested. Manifested. That's a new one. Let's remember manifested. We're gonna use that in the
Manifested.
next manifested.
Manifested.
So I've felt like typically when I pick up on energies, it's like a tingling sensation, almost like borderline goosebumps, static electricity. And there has been an incident where we had captured it years ago on camera where it looks like something like went through me, and I said on the recording, it's like, okay, look, I feel something's in the room with me.
Shut up.
Quit talking, Brittany.
My dog
The dog even knows how to get your ass.
She's an asshole. She's the one that I argue with.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. We'd
Yeah,
love
I'm
to have you,
trying
Nikki.
to talk her into going.
Yes, definitely do it. Come hang out with us. It'll be fun. It's a good place to get started. There's a lot of really cool activity that happens at Post Town.
One of my favorites.
Yeah.
That's my mom.
Yeah. Yeah. Just watch your daughter get scared by a dog.
So yeah,
Woo,
Sophie.
Oh, you missed it, bro. I think our last episode, Brittany farted and the dog heard it and started roo, 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 in the middle of the show. And that is perfectly okay, Nikki, because that's
for
how you
sure.
have to be when you come investigate paranormal. You have to have a skeptical approach.
I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. I still sometimes do. I'm like, hey, what was that? Was that really something? Or
I always
I
think
mean-
I'm crazy when I have shit happen. You
But
guys
yeah.
always ask that why question
yeah.
or what even,
No.
because a lot of the time you can find natural occurrences that really will make something come across paranormal. It happens.
Have you ever thought about like driving around in the countryside and you see like the really old abandoned houses, farms, and stuff like that, and get a hold of the landowners, see if you could, investigate them?
Every time I see one, it's just like I'd love to.
I would love to. There's actually a school that's just like right down the road. Well, further than down the road that I would love to get my hands on.
Probably about 4 miles.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Gated and I want to get my hands on that so bad.
If I were to ever win the lottery, like instead of buying like a high-end mansion or like most people do, I'd love to find me an old historic farmhouse or even a colonial dated house, like the old salt
or a school. Like I would love to live in a haunted school.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I am so
I mean,
jealous
that's what our buddy Daryl does.
Yeah, I am so jealous
Yeah,
of him.
Post Town, that'd be sick.
And that's where we're going in September.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's gonna be a fun one.
That is long.
Is it the
The
dude,
one
bro?
that came to Marion.
The dude, bro. Dude, bro. Kaz Sagan.
Mhm.
Kaz Sagan and Naren Good. What was it? I can't
I don't-
remember.
Aaron got
We
it.
made a hilarious skit.
Lay down.
Charles Road Ghost is in Marion.
I've heard about that.
Yeah,
I want to figure out more about it. I've heard a couple different stories.
I have too. It's actually my dad's, I think.
I wish we had more in Fort Wayne. There's really not a lot of paranormal locations.
I bet there's more than what
Go
you
for it.
realize. It's just the type
People.
of town that it is. People don't want
Mhm.
to.
That's what it
acknowledge
is mainly.
Yeah.
It's like Georgia. Dude, Georgia is ridden with history, rich history, and it's so hard to get to investigate places there. Like, because Georgia's right in the middle of the Bible Belt,
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Good
they
job,
don't-
Brittany. You feel better?
They don't want.
I'm allergic to Matt's bullshit.
Yeah, probably. But they don't want a bad look. Like, oh,
Right.
we believe in ghosts and we have the D word here. Like,
Or you're
D.
gonna see these little weird
They
pictures
have
on
the
YouTube.
beach.
girl, bye.
Demon attack ghost hunter. And then they literally all it shows is them interacting with the necrophonic saying demon when it really says another word that rhymes with demon with an S. So put your mind together.
This is what I've read before. It says, I don't know how true this is, but it says Charles Road is said to be haunted by the spirits of a pioneer family who was found decapitated in the nearby woods. According to legend, the family was reported missing after not showing up for church one Sunday.
Okay.
An expedition was assembled to search for them.
Wait.
Their covered wagon was found abandoned on the side of the road, and the entire family was found decapitated in the woods nearby.
The entire
Damn.
family.
Yeah, they witnessed
Dang.
the family's apparitions on
There
the
she
roadside
is.
as well as a phantom wagon.
Wow.
So that's on Charles Road.
Dang.
In the hostess house in Marion, I know that's haunted because I know somebody that used to work there and told me some stories, and then I was
Yeah.
there a couple weeks ago and I could just feel the energy. It was
We
strong.
need to start getting into these places.
I don't know if they would let us do that, but I need to.
Right. Oh shit, she's eating Doritos. Throw it at him. Throw it at him.
I know you said earlier, Jeff, that when you were in high school, you and your friends would play with the Ouija board. What got you guys started doing that? Like, why did you decide to do that?
Dumb kid.
Yeah. we're at a buddy's house drinking. And
that's the worst combo.
we were getting slammed bad. And he happened to find it in his parents' closet. Hey, let's go do this. Heck, cool, let's go do it.
Because anything besides your personal experiences that have garnered your interest in the paranormal?
Probably TV. I mean, the personal experiences started it, and then you start, wanting to learn more, and see more, and see if you can reach out, and then in my case, more, the older I got, the more I worked, and the less I was able to do stuff.
Yeah.
Damn. People are brutal when they kill people.
Yeah, I know they talk about the lady at the hostess house. She was attacked by it was like a robbery. It's an older lady too.
Oh my god. That's so messed up. Speaking of people getting attacked by stuff, hold on. Got a funny video of somebody getting attacked by something.
No freaking out. No freaking out. But what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So like there's a record. Yeah.
There goes my damn hyena laugh. Like,
I'm gonna remove that.
I could have swore right at the end of the clip, it looked like you had eyeshadow
I was just
on.
like,
it happened so quickly. And it's funnier to watch that in full speed because that cat climbed that wall and I'm like dodging it and it misses me by like that much.
Oliver said, "Hardcore parkour." Oh my god!
Yeah, hardcore parkour, skippity pap. I'm gonna scratch your dad. Is what he did. Poor Tyler got messed up by that cat. Still one of my most favorite videos ever, though. It just happened. It was like pure innocence, loving on a cat, and the cat said, "Nope, not today."
And I made sure the tap was okay.
Oh, that happened in the early 50s? Damn.
I've never been in the hostess house. I've heard all the stories though.
I was in there when I was little, when I was in Girl Scouts, and we would have like tea parties and stuff there.
It's awesome.
And now it's like you can go there for like lunch and stuff. Like that's where I went for lunch one time.
You should rent it out for lunch instead of eating lunch or just pull out paranormal equipment.
I would love to investigate that place.
That'd be cool. Oh, it's a doggy. I love puppers.
The other annoying one. That's Kaylee's dog.
Mainly.
It's Maisley.
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 Look, Maisley.
Tyler getting some
Kitty cat.
meow meow. I'm not gonna say the P word because like I'm trying to keep it PG.
Look, he has a kitty cat. Meow.
We know what happened in the last video. Same position. That cat don't got a mean bone in its body though. Not that I've seen. Unless you try to steal
cold.
a cat.
Get off me.
What happened?
His water bottle touched my leg and it was cold.
You know you like that, Brittany.
That was cold.
Ryan, I could possibly make it happen, dude. I gotta plan it out. I'll send you a message. Shit, we could even talk after this. It's up to you, dude. I'll shoot you a message. We'll plan something.
Let's go camp over there.
Somebody's dying in the next room coughing. Do what?
I said we should just go camp in Gettysburg.
Oh, we can. I mean, if y'all are down, there's plenty of good spots we can camp.
I would.
And I know Ryan just did a really cool location there. Aren't they opening up, Ryan? Aren't they renting that place out?
Yeah, put your tent up right there, Devil's Den.
Yeah. Oh, that's a dream of mine. I'm actually trying to link up with some Civil War reenactment groups as I get into reenacting. Yes, Mom. I will be home. Those dates I told you. I'm still coming home.
Come on.
I'm coming home.
I was just thinking,
God, Matt.
Mama, I'm coming home.
Please don't.
Fucking white people, man.
American Idol.
No, but no.
Oh yeah, bro. Let's go. Win us some money, dude.
Imagine if you want to investigate Fort Wayne, if you go over like South Anthony, get over that way, you could probably find some stuff.
Yeah. There's a
I
lot
want
of
to find the
stuff.
tunnels.
Do what?
The tunnels.
Yeah, the tunnels. I've heard of that. The thing that really made me sad is when they tore Byron Health Center down, dude. That place was infamously haunted. And you couldn't even tell us it was even there anymore.
Need to investigate St. Francis.
Hell yeah, dude. They they filmed at Rainworth Lodge. That's in Gettysburg. And he's still editing. There's a lot of evidence on it. Hell yeah. The cabin on 360, dude, we need to make that a collab too. Y'all caught some pretty wicked shit the last time you were there. No, Ethan's probably just being Ethan, not paying attention as usual. Ethan's slacking. Unless he is here. He hasn't said anything. That place is awesome. I can't wait to get down there and check that out.
Where's that at?
Maryland, I think. Isn't it Maryland? Alex, Ryan? Some of the stuff they caught there is like it's jaw dropping. Virginia, sorry. Yep, it's in Virginia. It's near Cold Harbor. It's on the same property as Cold Harbor, isn't it? In the area. War buff, and I forgot about that.
We need to remember some of these locations for next year's endeavors.
Oh yeah, for sure. I've got a list already.
Yep. We gotta start planning that.
Yeah, we need to plan it out as fast. I mean, far in advance as we can.
Mm-hmm.
That way, next year. Yep. Yeah, she's still there. I gotta grab her and see if she'll come investigate with us. My niece Haley. God, we got her in it when she was 9 years old. She threw a fit and wanted to come to Fort McAllister with us. And we're like, it's gonna scare you. And something did happen. She cried, but she stuck it out like a trooper, and she's hooked ever since.
That's what Brittany does.
Yeah.
She cries.
No, she
She's a
screams.
crab. She's a crab baby.
Me and Brittany make an awesome butt piano duets. Like we're a very, very good duo of butt piano. I haven't uploaded it yet, but I'll try to play it through my phone and maybe people can see it. But
Oh my gosh.
yeah, you know exactly what video I'm about to play.
Mm.
We got some funny.
What
butt
were you
piano.
thinking?
I don't.
I
we
blame
weren't
you.
because
You're a
zero
bad
sleep
influence.
and too much caffeine.
Did you
I think
quit?
this is it. Yeah.
I can't hear.
That's the antics right there. That's the antics. Look at
I mean, it's like I'm done. I think the best performance of the night goes to Matt and Donnie. I'm talking. They busted out some wicked tunes. Let me see if I can pull this up. I got so many videos from that night. It's not even funny.
you need to make something soon.
Where'd it go?
them
Holy
all together.
smokes, there's so many. I've got so many damn videos. Oh, here it is. Tyler's white ass in the background.
Oh, that's great.
My freaking fingers hurt so bad after that.
Donnie was all about that frickin' horn all night.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's pretty.
I can't wait to
Picasso!
I can't wait till he put something together. I can't wait.
Ow.
See, that's what we do when we're tired, when we're taking a break from investigating, or we make it fun.
Well, when the
because-
location's dead, you got to
Yeah.
liven it up, liven it up,
no
whatever you
pun
want to call it.
intended.
Life must.
Yeah.
Sleep all the time. You used to know where Tyler.
Oh, we had a twerk off in Walmart before.
The three guys, that is.
Yeah, we did. Me and
Oh,
Jess were
Jess,
like-
don't lie. You were busting ass too. No, I'm just kidding. She was dropping it like it was
Ricky, you need
hot.
to get on that, putting a video together for all that.
The what?
You get on that. I'm making a video of all those antics.
Oh yeah, no, that's gonna be included for sure.
On the OnlyFans.
We had some funny antics that night.
Mm-hmm. So, September
I
20th.
can't
right?
wait to get out and do more shit like that. I can't wait for the day we actually catch an EVP where they go, "What the fuck?"
I know. If you come investigate with us September 21st, you're going to catch a lot of antics.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be doing classroom skits. It's gonna be
because other people are going to be there, we're still going to be ourselves. And
We already had classroom skit, remember?
I know we're gonna. We did. We got some pretty interesting results, I think too.
Yeah,
Trying
man.
to find.
Ricky was the student that didn't want to listen.
Yeah.
You should have reenacted in the time period and spanked.
Here we go with another Britney scare cam.
Oh, I felt I dozed
She was
off.
falling asleep. Matt just pops in and that scream. I've never heard that. That was a new scream from Britney.
Because it was like you woke me up scream.
Yeah, because you were feeling good. You're going into night land. And
That was in the morning. The next morning when we were like on 3 hours. Well, you were on no sleep, Ricky.
no sleep.
We were on like 3 hours of sleep.
No. I just wish we had better weather while we were there. I think that's why we were so tired too, because it was wet.
Mhm.
That rain
But I'm gonna
sounded
tell you-
really good on that building when it started pouring.
Yeah, but it was pretty cool investigating when it did thunderstorm and stuff for just a
Oh
little
yeah.
bit.
Oh yeah. It's a
I
natural
wish you
EM
would have
pump.
just did it for a little bit and that was it.
Yeah. For sure. Holy smokes, it's 8:48.
Yeah, we gotta get off here soon.
It's our longest one yet.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions for Jeff or from Jeff?
Drop them in the comments. Like I always say, don't be shy, say hi.
Jeff, you need to try and come, investigate with us in September at least.
Definitely.
Yeah, I want to. Absolutely.
You'll like that place. That's one of my favorites. I think it's probably one of all of our favorites.
Never been.
Oh,
You're
you
gonna love
have it.
it.
Okay, you guys have been. Ricky, hey,
You're
you've
gonna
been.
love
Yeah,
it.
you've been.
We're gonna get their
Yeah.
Poachtown cherry popped.
Mm-hmm. You guys will really like it.
It's cool. It's one of a kind. And Daryl is so awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, their whole crew is amazing there.
Are you going to try to get out to the old house and get permission?
Been thinking about it.
You should just write a letter. Send it to them.
Letter. We just got a letter.
Yeah. Get the handy dandy notebook.
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 They probably wouldn't answer.
Yeah, probably not. Being a Saturday night, who knows where that? So if you hit them, on a weekday,
Hey,
what are they
crazy.
gonna say? No,
Do you mind if we just have a look-see?
Would you just look at it?
Just look at it.
Yeah, I grew up here and I have some really strong memories.
I just want to come pet your cats.
The house for my parents, so
Crazy.
they know who I am, and they know that grew up there. So
Be like, hey, you want your house to be famous?
Just probably the biggest point is if they still have the 50 fucking cats running around their house.
That will definitely make investigating very, 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 very hard.
Slinky.
yeah.
Hi, Key. Hi, Key. Hi, Key.
You hear so much meowing, you'd be like, I don't know if that's real or not.
Right.
I didn't see one of these do it.
Or all the glowing eyes.
I hear meowing, I automatically think I'm at work.
I hear them barking.
Yeah.
Ricky.
Right.
Well,
Kitty.
if anybody would like to come on our little vodcast,
Ow, you're pulling my hair.
Pull my
reach out
hair.
to us.
Yeah, Matt, pull her hair. Yank that shit. Oh my God.
Go jump in the car real quick. Head out to the country.
Will you?
She likes that.
I should have done that because my dog's right there. She's gonna try to bite me. Ricky. She looked your way when you barked. Stop.
Stop. Pull my hair. Stop. I would say pull my hair, but what hair? I can't.
But yeah, if
Yeah, Sharpie. I can make hair real quick,
I
whoever's
dare you.
No, fuck no.
stories, or just in general chat with us, send us a message and we'll get you scheduled. I mean, you don't have to have a team. My uncle's not part of a team. I knew he had a lot of stories to share, and he agreed to come on. So we greatly appreciate having you on, Jeff.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it was awesome hearing your stories and just conversating with you.
Yeah, loved it.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
No
Yeah, you'll have to
problem.
come hang out with us sometime on investigation.
Yeah, we're always having open spots, so
Probably only taught you guys one thing out of the whole thing.
About parking.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now you all know what it is.
Yep.
I knew what it was.
we're not doing.
I just thought parking was the thing I struggle to find at Sweetwater every day I pull into work.
And I love how he like pointed out me and Matt like you guys should know what it is. And nah.
Y'all should know what it is.
Still
Kids.
All right, everybody. That concludes, or I guess that's the word, this episode. So, yeah. As usual.
Remember, we have a investigation in September, so you need to check that out.
Number
Get
21st.
those tickets.
Yep. And watch out for scammers.
Yes.
Believe
So,
me.
real quick question on that.
Yeah.
Did the 21st, that is a Saturday, I take it?
Yes.
Yep.
You plan on going down like Friday and spending the night in a hotel and then doing it all day Saturday, come back, or how you guys usually work that stuff?
So we have it starting at like noon Saturday. So we'll probably leave early in the morning, get down there, because it's in Middletown, Ohio. It's in between Dayton and Cincy.
Yeah, it ain't very far.
So we'll get down there, get set up. The first part of the public event starts at 2 to 5. For $25, and then we'll have a couple hour break so we can get a breather, get something to eat, and get everything set up and going for the evening portion. There's 2 sections to the evening. You can do 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. or 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. and stay all night with us. So we're actually going to sleep ourselves in the school of Poatstown. So you can pay $100 to stay 7 to 7 and stay with us, or $75 to stay till 2 a.m. But then you have to leave.
Doesn't get any
What's-
sweeter than that, folks. $100 for what?
Yes,
12
that's
hours?
not bad at
I was gonna
all.
say, what's the point of leaving? I mean, you're there. You might as well
Yeah.
pay a couple extra
And I
bucks.
will
You're there the
tell
rest of the night.
Me and him, we stayed the night when we went, and we stayed in one of the room, whatever, and he fell asleep, and I started to fall asleep, and I kid you not, the bed started shaking like it was being pushed from the side. And I said out loud, "Can you please stop?" And it stopped.
I would have laughed if you heard no.
I know. And I told him leading up to that, us going to sleep, I said, "You need to record us while we're sleeping." And he wouldn't do it.
Kinky.
So
No.
She's
No.
nasty.
Ryan, I'll message you here after this, bro. You too, Dave. Thanks for tuning in, man.
Yes,
Good to
you
see
too.
you.
good seeing you, Dave. But yeah, so no, we're not gonna go down Friday and stay. We're gonna get there early Saturday to set everything up, and then we'll be staying till Sunday morning sometime. But as far as public people that buy tickets, they'll have to be out at the latest, depending what ticket they buy, 7 a.m.
Yep.
And we will have food.
Yes,
Yes. Taco bar.
does include a taco bar.
Hell yeah. Just make sure you bring gas X. We don't want any dude bro demons hanging
Yeah.
around after tacos.
Yeah.
Oh, Dave, good. Good to hear, man. His music box works great.
Awesome. Glad you love it.
Yep. If you have any questions, you know who to reach out to, man. So
Here.
I can't even do
that
it.
geek right there, I'll fix it for you.
Yeah.
Get it right.
Ryan says, have a great night, guys. Have a blast on your next investigation, Jeff.
All right, thanks.
I'll be messaging you, bro. Can't talk tonight.
Words are hard.
Hards are words.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see y'all in the next one. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. But TikTok likes to mute our music. Not cool, TikTok. But other than that, cool. All right, y'all. Have a great night, and as usual, see y'all on the next one.